So we are going to do all the, as I was saying, the understanding through various programs rather than going through any slides or understanding any theory. So that's the reason we are calling it as a Python workshop. It's kind of a boot camp where we'll do a lot of programs and do our understanding on the basis of various programs that we are going to do. So for this, install the code editors. So the recommended code editors that we want to use is PyCharm. So let me share my screen. Download the Python PyCharm. If some of you have not yet downloaded, I can quickly show you what to do. First things first, to download the Python as a programming language, you can go to Google, search for Python download, and from here, depending upon your operating system, you can download the Python version. If you are on Windows, you will see a Windows version. If you are on Mac, you will see the Mac version. So it's as simple as you download any other software on the system. But during the installation process, if it asks you to add Python inside the path environment variable, just click that checkbox. That's the only thing. Once you do that, it's all good. So it's as simple as installing any other software. If you're on Linux-based system on Mac, you can also use Brew, Homebrew to install Python. It's also fine. Okay. After that is done, the next thing that you can do is install PyCharm. You can simply do PyCharm download. And this is from JetBrains. So earlier they had two different like DMGs for Apple and like probably a zip file or executables for Mac for Windows. But right now, okay, fine. You can just download this one, and by default you get a Pro for a month. And then if you do not continue the Pro, it will automatically switch to the community edition. So which is all okay. So just select your operating system and install PyCharm. And once you are done with the installation, all you need to do is on this particular window, go and create a new project. So basically you can go and create a new Python project. For that purpose, basically I already have a project here. But if you go to files, click new, you can choose a path. Where do you want project to be created? I'll just let it as is, standard path. By default, 3.13 is the system version. Generally, that's going to be there on your system as well. If you are installing a fresh, that's the latest version of Python currently. And once you create, it's going to create a project like this, which will have virtual environment for Python. Basically, this is a runtime environment that is needed to execute the Python code. So that's the bare minimum setup that we need to get started with the programs that we're going to learn in this particular session. So as I said, we're going to start from very basic. I'm going to assume that you do not know anything about Python. We are going to start from here. And we're going to start with very basic programs, understanding variables, understanding how looping works, conditional statements work. We're going to do programs with that. Then slowly we are going to go inside data structures. We're going to understand what data structures Python has differently than Java and other languages. If you have understanding of some other programming language, which is object-oriented, it's fine. It definitely helps, but that is not a prerequisite for this particular session or attending this course. But we're going to see a comparative understanding as well, like how it is different in Python, what new things that we have, and comparatively, what are the similar things that we have as well. After data structures, we are going to deep dive into the object-oriented programming part of Python. So, which is kind of interesting because Python has both the features. It has a functional programming aspects as well, like you see in VB scripting or you see in JavaScript kind of thing. And it also has an object-oriented concepts as well as you see in Java or C#, this kind of languages. So it has the power of both. which sometimes gets confusing for people, but we are going to make it very easy. So after we make ourselves comfortable with object-oriented programming, then we are going to go inside a little bit more advanced part where we'll understand various libraries, how we can use various libraries out there in the Python. We are going to understand how we can work with OpenAI APIs, use libraries for some of the machine learning that we have, and we sort of do a small project with some of the machine learning libraries. Now, why Python? Why not other languages? Because every day we see new things coming up. There are so many different programming languages available. People are vibe coding using various tools. So why Python? Why it is so important? It is so important because of the fact that we are going towards the world of AI. If you see the future of information technology as such, AI is going to be a very, very important part of it. And from the very beginning of AI and ML, I mean, well before ChatGPT even came in 2022, all the machine learning work, all the machine learning libraries, they have the default support for Python. So that's the reason if you want to um, get well versed with machine learning part, AI part, understanding Python is very, very critical. Even though we are not master of Python, understanding basics is at least more important, because even though you are relying on code generated by ChatGPT or Cloud or any AI, you at least need to know what it is. You at least need to understand what kind of code it has generated. Is it in line with your expectations or not? So for that purpose, you need to have at least some literacy in the coding languages today, if not a mastery. And that's the reason Python is super important. Uh, it was important as well, but now it's more than ever. It's super important to understand Python, and that's the reason I decided to do these workshops for Python specifically.